There's a saying that old is gold, and in this case, it couldn't be more true. After a long absence from the meta, Starfire Protocol is back, and it's stronger than ever thanks to the changes in Edge of Fate. Imagine throwing fusion grenades with near zero downtime, triggering your abilities on repeat, and watching your superbar fly upward at breakneck speed. But the real kicker? You're keeping yourself and your entire fire team alive while dealing ridiculous damage. This isn't just a comeback story. It's a reminder that some exotics age like fine wine, and this one just got uncorked. Welcome to Insightful Gaming. In this video, I'm going to walk you through an updated Solar Warlock build that thrives in high-level content, and I used it in the legendary Edge of Fate campaign. Chapters are included, so you can skip to the section you need. The Discord link is in the video description, where you can ask questions, share your loadouts, or even join our clan. We'd love to have you in the Insightful community. And if you find this video helpful, please drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and the best way you can support the channel is by sharing this build with a friend who loves Warlocks or just wants to blow everything up with grenades. At the center of this build is the newly reworked Starfire Protocol, a Warlock exotic chest piece that went from niche to top tier in Edge of Fate. Previously, Starfire required you to stay in an empowering rift or rely on Well of Radiance to recharge grenades through weapon damage. That created a static playstyle, effective but slow and easily punished in higher level content. But that's no longer the case. In Edge of Fate, Starfire Protocol's Fusion Harness perk was overhauled. Now, weapon damage recharges your fusion grenades whenever you're radiant, not just when standing in the empowering rift. That single change unlocked a dynamic mobile playstyle, allowing you to stay aggressive, reposition constantly, and never break your momentum. Anytime you're radiant, every tick of weapon damage gives you grenade energy, and final blows grant grenade energy instantly. It also grants a second fusion grenade charge, making grenade spam not just possible, but the core loop. This makes Starfire Protocol stronger than it has ever been, requiring no reliance on rift uptime or even Well of Radiance anymore. Just stay radiant, keep applying damage over time, and watch your grenade cycle and healing explode. To fully unleash the power of Starfire Protocol's Fusion Harness perk, we're building around sustained solar weapon damage. With the Edge of Fate rework, every tick of damage while radiant now feeds your grenade energy, so naturally, weapons that apply continuous damage or enable ability loops are essential. For your special weapon, we're using Lost Signal with auto-loading holster and Demolitionist. Each tick of damage from Lost Signal activates Fusion Harness, fueling your grenade regen while you stay on the move. In the heavy slot, we're going with the exotic rocket launcher Finality's Auger. This weapon deploys an auto-targeting solar rocket turret, which acts like a background energy engine. Every rocket impact counts as empowered weapon damage, while radiant, keeping your grenade loop rolling without lifting a finger. That's where the BXR-55 Battler comes in, our solar pulse rifle of choice, rolled with Demolitionist and Incandescent. Demolitionist feeds your grenades, while Incandescent spreads Scorch to nearby enemies. But feel free to flex here. Any solar legendary with Demolitionist, Incandescent, or other ability supporting perks will work just fine. The build revolves around Well of Radiance, giving you a reliable team support super that pairs well with any high-end content. It's there when you need it, but thanks to the rework of Starfire Protocol, you're not tied to it for grenade uptime anymore. Healing Rift remains the go-to-class ability, used when you need to top off health or help teammates quickly. For melee, Celestial Fire allows you to apply Scorch safely from range and works perfectly with Ember of Torches to grant Radiant on demand. And of course, Fusion Grenade is the core of the loop. Empowered by your exotic and Touch of Flame, they hit hard and come back fast. We're running Touch of Flame and Hellion as our aspects. Touch of Flame turns your fusion grenades into double detonating nukes, while Hellion adds more solar pressure and helps trigger Ember of Benevolence for even faster rift regeneration. Together, they lock in your loop. For Fragments, we're using Ember of Ashes for more Scorch, Ember of Benevolence for quicker ability regen when supporting allies, Ember of Torches to gain Radiant from melee hits, and Ember of Empyrean to keep both Radiant and Restoration running longer after solar kills. This setup ensures your abilities are always fueling each other, keeping you offensive and supportive at the same time. With the stat reworks in Edge of Fate, we now focus on weapons, grenade, and optionally some melee to fine-tune our uptime. Prioritize weapons to boost reload speed, handling, and damage output, which pairs well with your Radiant uptime and helps maintain the grenade regen loop via Starfire Protocol. Grenade comes next to shorten your fusion cooldowns and stack damage scaling, especially if you're pushing 100 discipline. If you prefer more melee uptime to trigger Radiant through Celestial Fire, you can invest a bit into melee, but it's optional. As for armor mods, we're laser focused on keeping your abilities on loop. On your helmet, run Harmonic Siphon for orb generation from solar weapon kills, Ashes to assets for bonus super energy on grenade kills, and Heavy Ammo Finder to keep your heavy stocked. On gauntlets, slot in bolstering detonation, firepower, and grenade kickstart. These help return class ability energy when you deal grenade damage, generate orbs from grenade kills, and boost grenade regen as soon as you spend one. For the chest, go with activity-appropriate resist mods based on the content you're running. On legs, use Insulation, Innovation, and Recuperation to reduce class ability cooldowns on orb pickup and support both grenade energy and health recovery. Finally, on your Warlock Bond, run Bomber, Outreach, and Reaper. These provide grenade cooldown from class ability use, melee energy return from rift use, and orb generation after weapon kills post-rift. Everything you need to keep the build spinning. In Season 27, Implement of Curiosity, the artifact mods directly enhance everything Starfire Protocol is built for. Fever and Chill grants Radiant on rapid solar precision hits. Elemental Benevolence gives class ability energy every time you apply an elemental buff to allies. Cauterized Darkness increases solar damage against strand or stasis debuffed enemies, making your grenades more effective in group content. Radiant Shrapnel causes sustained solar weapon damage, while Radiant, or kills on scorched enemies, to release solar projectiles that scorch and damage. This adds passive scorch and ignition without changing your rotation. Shield Crust boosts grenade damage and cooldown speed while Radiant. Starfire Protocol isn't just viable again, it's dominant. The rework in Edge of Fate fixed its biggest weakness by letting Fusion Harness trigger from Radiant weapon damage, not just Rift buffs. You're tossing grenades non-stop, refilling your Rift instantly, and dishing out huge AoE damage while supporting your team with Radiant and Restoration, all without standing still. Whether you're soloing tough content or coordinating in Grandmasters, this build is simple to play, extremely effective, and scales hard with good execution. If this helped you, drop a like, hit subscribe, and share this build with a friend who still thinks Starfire Protocol is dead. It's not. It's back, and it's disgusting. Thanks for watching Insightful Gaming. See you in the next build.